Hey YouTube, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to learn about the exciting stages of a baby developing inside of their mother. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to give a shout out to some amazing women who are champion pro-life advocates for life, foster care, and adoption. The world that we live in is a much better place because these women are alive and contributing to society as leaders. So I want to recognize and give a shout out to a woman named Rebecca Kiesling, who was conceived when her dad sexually assaulted her mom. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to these four women who are survivors of a botched and failed abortion: Gianna Jessen, Melissa Odin, Robin Sertel, and Sarah Zagorski. I encourage you all to look up these women and learn about their stories and the awesome lives that they lead. Also, I'd like to take another moment to ask you to please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Well, as we are about to explore and discover, life begins at conception as a single, separate, living cell. There is nothing new added except for oxygen and nutrients. The fertilization happens when a sperm and ovum join to form a single cell, packed full with life and bearing the unique, one-of-a-kind, and separate genetic imprint from anyone who has ever been born before, including their mother. The DNA in the 46 chromosomes of that tiny little cell contain the complete, one-of-a-kind instructions and blueprint for that brand new individual's gender, color of hair, color of eyes, their brain type, their foot size, etc., etc., etc. So, week 1 is the implantation stage. On roughly day 6, the growing baby attaches to the wall of the mother's uterus. This rich nutrient lining gives a warm welcome to the tiny little tenant. And very soon the child will be sending out a chemical signal that can be detected on a pregnancy test. Hello! Hello everybody, I'm here. Before the second week is over, the cells of the child's body will have already started to segregate themselves into the multiple and various layers that will give rise to things such as the nervous system, brain, muscles, digestive system, bones, skin, circulatory system, etc., etc., etc. Well, when we get to weeks 3 and 4, this is when the little baby's heart starts to beat. The baby's heart starts to beat as early as 18 days after fertilization. This is often before the mother even realizes that she's pregnant. Somewhere between week 3 and 4, the baby's head and spinal column can be seen, and the arm buds appear. A few days later, the legs will be seen. And it's at this point that the umbilical cord forms, which will transport oxygen and nutrients to the baby. When we get to week 6, the fingers are forming. So at week 6, the fingers are forming, and the child's mouth and lips can be seen in there. The child begins its first movements and has brain waves that can be measured with an EEG. When we get to weeks 10 and 11, the little baby now has eyelids, fingerprints, fingernails, and can even grasp an object. Urine starts to form in the kidneys, and all of the body systems are in place and active. The baby's blood is circulating on its own, and the nerves and skeletal structure are there. So this is the point at 10 to 11 weeks at which science absolutely proves that the baby can feel pain. And we're learning more every day, so it could be even sooner. When we get to 12 weeks, the baby is still too small to be felt by mom, but the baby reaches the peak of movement frequency during month 3. The baby's gender can be seen if it's positioned right, and the kid's eyes, face, and ears display distinctive characteristics. At this point, the miniature infant can suck its thumb. Every organ is there, the heart beats, and even the baby's fingerprints are there, and will never change except for the size as the child grows. So now I would like to show you a life-size replica model of a little baby at 12 weeks old. So this is what the baby looks inside the womb at 12 weeks. Now, when we get to 14 weeks, the eyebrows have formed at this point and eye movement can be seen. When we get to 16 weeks, the baby is now big enough at this point and is very active. So mom can feel movement when the baby turns, kicks, somersaults, etc., etc., etc. You can even feel the movement when mom lets you place your hand on her stomach. By 20 weeks, by month 5 and 6, the baby responds to rock and roll music, sudden noises, and voices, especially the voice of its mother. In the next few weeks, the baby will increase 7 times in weight and nearly double in height. So at 23 weeks, or even earlier in some case, this is called viability, which is the time that a baby can survive outside of its mother. Not too long ago, viability was 30 weeks, and then it went to 25 weeks. Today, where we are scientifically, babies have been saved at 22 weeks and even younger in some cases. The question is, as science gets better and better, what will viability be in the future? That's exciting. Well, when I was born, I was very, 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 very little, as I was born 8 weeks early. That's 2 months. I lived in the hospital for quite some time in an incubator. The doctor had to cut me out because I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and I was in danger of being strangled. God can and does heal through the hands of science as well as supernaturally. It's pretty cool, huh? I'm very happy to be alive and I live to study God's Word because He is my main special interest as an autistic person. Very few women who are faced with an unwanted pregnancy are told of this development of the child forming inside them. In the absence of information, ending the pregnancy may seem to be the right decision. They are told that abortion is a routine procedure to remove fetal tissue and that it's about women's rights, when in reality, it is a billion-dollar industry. And I guess they don't feel that women should actually know it, so they just tell them it's just a little bit of fetal tissue. That is an absolute lie. One young lady who later regretted an abortion said, she can be quoted as saying, "The doctor said a little fluid will come out and some will go in by injection. The doctor told her to expect severe cramps and then the baby will be expelled." Well, that is not what happened according to her. She says, "I felt my child thrash around for an hour and a half as she died a slow death." If you are watching this video and are considering an abortion, please know that you are not alone and there is help available. Support is available for you to help take care of your child, or you can provide a childless couple with a child by adoption. Financial aid, emotional support, medical service, and more are available, but we desperately need to come together as Christians to put more effort into this. This is an emergency. An emergency this is, and it's a place where we need to put more effort into as the church. In Albuquerque, where I live, we have an awesome group called CareNet Pregnancy Center of Albuquerque. I remember one time many years ago when I was very young, I unknowingly gave a woman a ride to end her pregnancy. I was told by a friend of mine that she just needed a ride to the doctor. When we pulled into the parking lot, the pro-life people were begging her to let them support her financially until she had the baby so that they could help her find a nice family or give her the support that she needed to raise the child. I still see them standing outside there today when I pass by years later, and this is before I was a Christian. They even offered to house her. She got out of the vehicle and ran inside to end the pregnancy, and she regretted the decision after it was done. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Vote pro-life. God bless you.